Breaking news. The After School Special Club podcast doesn't have a video for their episode this week. An eyewitness account had this to say.
Yeah, it was just a normal episode, and then at the end of it, my video just cut out. It's crazy. Before we knew it, it was just gone.
Thankfully, their audio was left unscathed for their listeners. We just love to hear a good story, don't we, Walter? Walter? Well, folks, it appears Walter doesn't exist. In other events, summer is still heating up, and the After School Special Club podcast has some tasty tidbits to share with you right after the news. Stay tuned.
That's my welcome back scream, because we're back.
Well, that's mine.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Well, that was great.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you everyone for tuning in, and no one will ever listen to us again.
Maybe some people, the desperate people, will listen to us again.
Yeah, only the truly desperate would stick around for this.
Yeah, for this wonderful show we got going on.
And this is another episode of the After School Special Club podcast featuring me, Chris, and
me, Mary.
All right. This is your show for video game news, commentary, and stories from our stupid little lives.
Our little baby lives, which are so important, so small, and so precious that it's fragile.
You hold them in your hands, and then you give them a little kiss before putting them to bed.
And they're strong, though. They're strong. They're mighty. They're going to take you out. So
thank
you for being with
They'll
us.
kill us once they grow up.
Yeah. Thank you for being with us today. Another episode, another day gone by. And I think this time we should thank the community a little bit.
We should. So, guys, this is our first thank you to our beautiful listeners. We had a comment left on 2 of our last videos, actually. Now, unfortunately, this is not our first comment, because our first comment was actually a porn spam bot that Mary clicked the link on.
I did not know. I was innocent. Innocent till proven guilty. That's what I want to say.
You were lost in the moment when you saw we had our first comment, even if it was spam.
I was so excited. I was like, oh my God. And then I clicked on it and I was like, huh, that's...
And you're like, oh God.
Like, whoa, that's big.
But yeah, we have 2 comments from Sunset Bashers, and I'm going to read both of them because I'm so happy to see comments that are not from spam bots.
Me too.
So the first one was from our last video, and it says, "Happy birthday, Kirby. Gonna have to check out that Kirby concert. Thanks, Goobs. I would love to know if you did check out the Kirby concert, because that has happened in the past."
I did check it out briefly. There were, I think either the video I was watching or the feed I was watching didn't have any subtitles, though. It was kind of difficult to follow.
Oh, yeah, because you're like, I don't know what's going on.
But the music moved me forward, because music is universal. So the music was great.
Mm-hmm.
I think the production was really awesome. They had a lot of fun things going on. People, musicians. They had the 35 musicians there. And yeah, it was beautiful. It was a beautiful experience, even though I didn't understand what was going on.
So that was our last video. And then before that, this user left another comment that said, "Honk. Best sweater," because you were wearing your Untitled Goose Game sweater.
Oh, my favorite.
And then they said, though, some might say that Final Fantasy franchise peaked after Final Fantasy II on Game Boy. What a legendary game series. So true. I think that was the episode where I was probably talking about Final Fantasy II being one of my favorite of the old Final Fantasies.
Yeah.
I don't remember. Every time we do an episode, my brain just wipes itself, and I have no idea what we talked about until I listen to it when you post it.
You got to clean that cache. I learned that.
That's true. Yeah, I got to do a hard reboot to get rid of all that saved data that's bogging me down.
Factory reset starting. Yeah.
But thanks so much. We love comments, and we love that people are listening to us. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, because
That's awesome.
we're here because we love to play video games. We also like to talk about games. And we started this because, we thought we were funny. So if someone else out there thinks that we're funny, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, you're fucked up, just like us.
Yeah, welcome aboard. Honk.
Honk, welcome aboard. And instead of a horn, it's just the honk. It's like, honk, 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 honk. Shut up.
Please get away from me. Get away from my child. Anyway, thank you for that. It was great. So how's your week been, Chris?
It's been really good. I was trying to think about what I did this week. I worked 6 days.
Ooh.
Which it was actually fine. The 6th day I went and I was asked by the previous place that I worked at to go and do like an opening shift manager shift. So it was really nice. I got to go back and I got to see a bunch of people who I used to work with, who I hadn't seen in a really long time, which was actually super nice because I was like, oh, like I haven't been there so long. I haven't opened. But then it was just really nice to actually like see a bunch of people who I used to work with, and I saw like my old team that I used to manage, and they were doing super well, which made me really happy. So yeah, it was really good.
That's good.
But work aside, I didn't really do too much stuff, as per usual. I'm just kind of working, writing for Keen Gamer, and practicing music in my downtime. I did play a lot of games this week, which obviously we'll talk about at the end of the show.
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, I discovered a new walking route that I've been taking. So, oh my God, I totally forgot about the cat. So,
yes, the important part.
So I've been kind of like walking around my neighborhood because I just moved a couple months ago, and I'm still trying to find like my daily walking route where I'll do like my hour walk to get my exercise in. And yesterday I took my normal route up to where I go, and then I came back a different way, and I found a corner store that I'd never seen or been to before yet. And I was like, oh, cool. And then I'm walking up to it, and I'm about to pass it, and then just out walks this glamorous black cat.
Ooh, the best kind.
And he or she or they
Mm-hmm.
were so cute. I texted Mary like immediately and was like,
I was like, please adopt it so I can adopt it.
like they just walked up to me and immediately rubbed on me and we were like,
oh my God, so cute.
and I was like, you're so cute.
I was like, for a second there, I was like, can I be the godmother, Chris? Are you gonna can I please be the godmother?
Are you gonna take this cat? And of course I didn't. I'm still thinking about it.
I mean,
though.
if you see it again, that's pretty much I mean, the cat is literally saying adopt me if you see them again. Cats do that.
Right.
Cats will just claim you. You've been claimed.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was my exciting adventure of this past week. Again, nothing super special, but it was a good one. How has your week been?
My week's been pretty good, but I will say one thing at the end of that. I learned, and by learned I mean researched diligently, cross-referenced, the whole thing. Multiple screens, multiple like displays going on. Black cats are the friendliest cat.
Yeah, I feel like it's so true.
Because I've, like I said, I did all that research. I wrote a thesis on it. I graduated Harvard.
Congratulations.
Thank you. That took a week. That took a week. But
yeah, classic week at Harvard.
Yeah, but black cats are the friendliest cats. Anyway, to segue out of that, my week has been pretty good, pretty productive. I've been playing a lot of games, so we'll talk about that later. But I feel like I've really tried to work on a lot of personal stuff because I've been kind of going through something right now. So I think being like taking care of myself is the best thing for me right now. Like self-care, that kind of thing, meditation, reading books, those kind of things. But also just having fun and going out, walking around the sun because it's been sunny and beautiful lately. And
yeah, it's been so gorgeous here.
Yeah, I've been really grateful for the weather and just being able to walk outside and like potentially just go to a, Golden Gate Park. I mean, how, that's just such a privilege. Like, oh yeah, I could just walk to Golden Gate Park, But a lot of times I forget that it's there, even though I don't forget it's there. I just don't use it.
So close.
Yeah. So that's really nice. I joined a gym because I had to give up my personal trainer just because it was so expensive. But now I joined a gym it's a very nice walk, and it's on one of my favorite like city streets in San Francisco. Clement Street. It's like my favorite one.
I love Clement.
Yeah, so it just gives me an excuse to go work out and just like feed myself with desserts and like because one outweighs the other, right? I walk to the gym,
right, exactly.
Run for an hour, go outside, get some cake, get some like buns, some like
get some dim sum.
Yeah, get some dim sum, get some pizza on the way out because
all of it.
You gotta have both. You gotta have dim sum and you gotta have pizza.
Yeah, everything, everywhere, all at once.
Yes, I still haven't seen it, but want to.
I still haven't seen it either.
So yeah, I joined the gym. I'm super excited about that because I think for me, physical exercise is the thing that helps me out the most. It's the thing that grounds me and helps motivate me and push me and
Mm-hmm.
helps me like keep the momentum going. Because, you know, if I don't have exercise, it's just a part of my personality that I just get very like, I turn to the Hulk. But like, not a strong Hulk. Like a Hulk that sits on the couch and is like, woe is me. Oh, I'm not green, I'm blue.
I'm blue. Double D, double da.
But yeah, and then that's about it. That's been my week. I've just been trying to self-care. I was about to say self-medicate, but that's not the case. That's not the case.
With ice cream.
Yeah. A copious amounts of ice cream. I joined the gym, and I got a pint of ice cream. I was like, I deserve this.
I need this.
But I am excited. So, yeah, that's been my week.
Cool. Well, I think it's about time that we dive into some things that have been happening this week.
In the news.
In the nude. Just kidding.
Nude news.
I am wearing clothes.
I'm not.
Despite how hot it is in my room. Wow. So, the first article that I had was something that I thought was really cool. And I know you're going to talk a little bit later about how you watched the THQ showcase, but I wanted to bring up that they are redoing Alone in the Dark.
Yes, I'm excited about this.
So I have an article here from GameSpot that I will read some excerpts from because I did not write a summary like I normally do. So sorry, everyone. So yeah, they released the trailer for Alone in the Dark during the showcase. I don't know if it was a separate thing or if it was just from the showcase.
It was in the showcase. I know that. I don't know if it was separate before, but it was in the showcase.
Yeah, so they released a trailer and they are totally remaking the game. And it looks like it's going to be really good. But I guess anything compared to what it looked like originally would be better.
Yeah. Them's the facts. Them's the facts.
So yeah. GameSpot says the trailer for Alone in the Dark gives a sense of developer Pisces Interactive's focus on the game, which is set in the Gothic American South in the 1920s. As in the original, the game centers on the mansion of Dercedo Manor. I don't know actually how to say that, but...
Yeah, I'm going to bring it up a little bit later after you get further into this, but I always mispronounced it, I think.
Right. It was one of those things where I'm like, Titus, I don't know. But maybe less contentious. So, of the manor, the place has been recast as a mental hospital for rich patients. As in the original game, the characters arrived looking for information about Jeremy Hartwood, but instead of trying to uncover details about the mansion owner's suicide, they're attempting to find him after Jeremy sent a strange letter to Emily.
Ooh, the suspense.
And it's not the only setting you'll visit. There are additional locations that make up the game, including Alternate Dimension World. We love an alternate dimension world.
That's in right now.
Yeah. You'll visit through portals. We love portals.
That's in right now. Wow.
Yeah, Portal is in right now.
Yeah, it is.
That's actually funny. I forgot to mention that I played both games again when I was on my vacation.
Oh, yeah. That's right. I remember you
on the
telling me.
Switch. So they also say that combat is going to be a major part of the game. So you'll use both firearms and melee weapons to combat hideous creatures, fighting from an over-the-shoulder perspective similar to some of the later Resident Evils, such as 4, 5, and 6. And Dead Space. And Dead Space. I love how they're like such Resident Evil titles as Dead Space.
Yeah. The first Resident Evil was Dead Space.
Right. And according to developers, a lot of the times you'll be grabbing whatever's close at hand to fight the creatures you face, though you'll also sometimes have to rely on running away to survive. God, I love being a coward sometimes.
Yeah, I always run away to survive. Isn't that what...
That's how I've been playing Resident Evil 1. I'm like, these zombies are so slow, I don't even have to fight them.
Yeah, you can just breeze through that. You have to fight the bosses, but you can breeze through all those ones. Right. Until they turn like crazy running, like, the red zombie where they just run at you. Those are hard.
Right.
Those are hard to run away from. Those are fast. But yeah, no, I'm excited about this. My experience with Alone in the Dark, I've played, and I have it here. I'll show it to the camera.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll show it all to the camera. But
take it off.
The manual. I'll take the manual out. But it's Alone in the Dark, the new Nightmare, and this for the PlayStation 1. I got this case right here. There's actually collectible right now. Kind of collectible. But the game is really fun. I will say that it's very laggy, or not laggy, but tanky, like tank controls, like the Resident Evil games. So I'm very glad that this is getting a reimagine. This is getting like reimagining, redo, because I feel like they could make the game so much better now than they did.
Right.
I was very divided on the mechanics of the game, like when I first initially started playing that one. And it was because you use a flashlight to basically dispel the monsters. And it's such a close proximity, and the controls are so tanky to where, like, you try to point the flashlight at one of the creatures, and it backs off, but then it just, like, it's in a loop, so, like, it backs off, goes forward, backs off, goes forward.
Right.
So you don't have room to go anywhere. So that was kind of frustrating. But the storyline was always really interesting, so I'm excited to see this. I will play it, for sure, because I feel like it's deserved, because I play horror games, and this is in, like, kind of the same realm as Resident Evil, as they were saying previously, over the shoulder, like Resident Evil. Even the one that I played on the PS1, it's similar. It has similar vibes and controls to Resident Evil, so that doesn't surprise me at all. I am excited for this.
Yes, I do love tank controls. I will be curious to see how it feels, because obviously a lot of these, like, remakes go towards a contemporary style of movement
Yes.
and control, but I will be curious to see how it feels. And yeah, I also remember the flashlight thing being really annoying. It's kind of how I felt playing Alan Wake as well, having the flashlight, and like I
didn't want to use a flashlight. I'm like, and that's the only thing you get in the beginning of the game is the flashlight, and then you're just like, why can't I get a gun?
Yeah, and like having like both, like having the flashlight and a weapon, like I don't know.
Yeah, it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect. But the creepiness, the vibes, I'm all in it. So I'll play this.
Oh yeah, totally. Oh yeah, and let me just say, I have the deets here, so let me pull it back up. So it is going to be coming to the PlayStation 5, the Xbox Series X and S, excuse me, and the PC. The game has already been in the works since late 2019.
Wow, okay.
And it is right around being in an alpha state, but no release date obviously has been set yet.
2027.
2030.
Beyond Good and Evil 2 is going to come out before this.
Hell, a new Silent Hill will come out before this.
Right?
Haha.
Never.
That's foreshadowing. To some future topics.
Oh,
because
yeah.
Mary, I think your topic is next.
I'm on next on the chopping block. Okay. Oh. So Kojima does something, the world reacts. This is what gamers unite together when Hideo Kojima specifically, the only one, has to.
the only one. Well, we don't know that.
No, we don't. We really don't.
He could have clones of himself, and I feel like he would.
He definitely has clones of himself. So that's the one thing guaranteed about him. So he posted something on Twitter, and in Kojima fashion, it was very teasing. It just simply said, like, got done editing this, and like it was his desktop, and there was like 2 screens and like some lettering, and that's about it. So he's like, oh, just got done editing something, and we're all like, oh my god, like, like go crazy, like take our tops off, like, oh my god, gamers unite. So basically, thegamer.com. So this is an article from thegamer.com. Earlier today, Kojima shared 2 images of editing software on his computer, alongside the caption, tentatively finished editing for now. Love it. Which seems to be implying that he's working on editing together a trailer to show off. Considering Gamescom is just a few weeks away, it seems very likely that he's teasing a trailer that will be shown during the opening night live showcase on August 24th with his best mate, Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley, everyone. He walks out.
Jeff Keighley, everybody.
Like, I'm making games happen in the summer.
He pops in. So we actually have Jeff Keighley on the podcast today.
Yeah. His just levitating heads, like, hello. But yeah, so that's it. Like, people are just assuming that this is going to be something that he's going to show off with the Game Awards or maybe the opening night live showcase on August 24th. Right. So it could be anything. But most people are saying that it's going to be Death Stranding 2 because yeah, Norman Reedus has been kind of alluding to that it's going to be a Death Stranding 2 situation, which, frowny face.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
I am so excited. Please stop walking. Please stop walking the baby.
Enough stacking.
Yeah. Or it could possibly be his new game, Overdose, which looks to be a cloud-based horror game that is in development for Microsoft exclusively. That's another reason why I want to get an Xbox is because, it's funny. I got the PS3 because of MGS4, Metal Gear Solid.
Right.
because that came out exclusive to PlayStation.
Mhm.
And now I'm like, am I going to get an Xbox because the Hideo Kojima exclusive game is going to be on it? Am I just a Kojima freak?
I mean, so for anyone who doesn't already know this, Mary and I are diehard PlayStation fans, always have been.
Mhm.
But more and more, like, there's just so many things coming out on Xbox that I really, really want. And like, I'm not a part of, and I would say you aren't either, obviously, a part of the whole like console wars bullshit, because it's bullshit and it's not real and it's stupid. But like, I have always preferred PlayStation experiences over any other console. And like, more and more, I'm like, I need to get an Xbox or like get a Steam Deck and put Game Pass on it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mod it.
Yeah.
Because there's just so many there's just so many games coming out on Xbox, and like I'm really excited about like Hellblade 2, which is going to be an Xbox exclusive this time.
Mhm.
And just like so many games that I'm like, I want to play you, but I won't be able to.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're like dangling the carrot in front of me, and that carrot is
Yeah.
good game.
And I don't like, and we've talked about this before, mentioned it, we both don't like using our gaming laptops
Oh no.
for their purpose.
Which is funny.
So
I was going to talk about that, about my week, but now that you mention it, I'll just bring it up real quick about gaming on the PC. I booted up my gaming PC, and
oh
let
God.
me tell you.
And it blew dust out
it was
of the fan port.
dusty. Like, I haven't touched
was like-
it because I wanted to play The Looker, which is on Steam,
Mhm.
and it's for free right now. And that's a play on The Witness, so we're not going to get into that yet. But I feel like I'll just bring it out, play it, see how it is. It didn't, like, my startup didn't start up. When I went to click on something, it took like a minute to load. And I'm talking
Oh,
like
God.
Google Chrome. Like, opened up a file, took like 2 whole minutes. It's because it's been so long since I've touched it, and I think the hard disk or the hard drive is completely full, and I can't use it at all.
Oh,
So I have to do a
yeah.
factory reset of it for me to even be able to use Steam.
So stupid.
Because I did install Steam on my MacBook, because I know I can do that now, but you can't play a lot of games. So
Right.
we need Steam Decks. That's the moral
Yep.
of the story. We both need Steam Decks.
I still can't get into my Steam account.
Oh my God, that's been forever.
Because I tried the other day to reserve a Steam Deck, and I still can't log in.
That's insane. You know,
I still can't log, and I still can't, and I still there's like, God bless Steam, they have so many layers of security, which is awesome.
Yeah.
But when you go to do, or at least for me, when I go to do a password reset, or like I forgot my password, or like whatever the hell I was doing, again, it took me to a page where it's like I had to submit a form. I can't just reset anything. I have to submit a form, and you know, the last time I did that, no one got back to me.
Yeah.
And then I went to try and make a new Steam account, because I was like, whatever, like I wasn't tethered to anything on that account. I went to make a new Steam account, and the captcha kept fucking up, and I couldn't proceed past the
captcha is so bad. I was actually resetting my Steam password today because I was trying to log into my MacBook, you know, that whole thing I just said. The captcha is the worst because it's like crosswalk, stoplights, crosswalk, bike, bicycle.
And then there's like a sliver of a crosswalk in one of them, and you're like, well, do I click that one?
And then they tell you to wait. You have to wait for the things to phase in. It's the worst captcha that I've ever used. And I failed like 20 times. And I was like, okay.
So basically, everyone, if you are ever successful at making a Steam account, do not lock yourself out. Do not get locked out. You'll never go back.
I was reading online forums on Reddit, and they were like, has anyone had this problem where I'm trying, your type of problem, like where you're trying to log in, takes a while, reach out, nobody gets back to you. And someone said, year 2, still no. Still nobody.
Dude, that's how I feel. I'm like, it's been like 6 months or whatever.
Oh, wow. Man, it's a whole other level. But anyway, so yeah, we got to get Xboxes and or Steam Decks. And then you're going to have to be able to log into Steam to get these things.
Yeah, which I can't. So, but I'll figure it out one day.
But anyway, back to Hideo Kojima. So
yes,
I basically think that there's a couple things going on with this teased Twitter post. He loves to tease things. I mean, the whole trailer for Metal Gear Solid 2 and what that turned out to be in the end. The man knows that people are watching what he does and waiting for his next masterpiece. Just don't make that Death Stranding again, because controversial, please, no. But my hot take, okay, this is a world exclusive. World premiere. Jeff Keighley.
Wow. Mary's breaking news right now.
Yeah. So my hot take is that he's making a commercial for baby wipes. Because
Please elaborate.
There's a lot there. There's other theories. There's other theories. So Death Stranding, right? There's a BB.
Right.
So the little baby. Right?
Mhm.
And he's on the road. He's traveling.
Yep.
He's got things to do. He's got things to put on his back, literally.
Right.
Carrying a mountain, one would say.
Right.
What if the baby has to poop, in his little pod? You gotta clean it up. You gotta wipe it
And
up.
he will.
So he's making Japanese commercials for baby wipes. That's my number one. So, number two. Maybe he just finished up Beyonce's much anticipated, much teased new album music videos. Because she's been teasing those a lot. And he also teased something. Maybe he directed Beyonce's Renaissance.
It's too coincidental.
Yeah, it's his Renaissance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not Beyonce's Renaissance.
No.
It's Hideo Kojima's Renaissance. So those are my two theories.
I think they're both pretty solid, pretty well founded. Definitely lots of facts to go off of
dual
to
monitors.
prove.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So that's pretty much it. But honestly, I think it's just the Microsoft game. I think that's what it is.
It's a contemporary version of Minesweeper. It's a 3D version of Minesweeper.
Where if you hit the bomb, you blow up in real life. It's breaching the third wall. That's what he loves to do. He loves to breach the third wall.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. But honestly, I say it honestly, not the nonsense that I love to say. But I do think it is potentially Overdose or that exclusive Microsoft game. Just because in the last Microsoft presentation, he was on,
Right.
And that was recently. And I mean, he didn't say anything there. He was like, "Hi, I'm Hideo Kojima. I'm working on something." Then he was like, "Bye." And everyone was like, and the earthquake just like erupted.
The whole world shook.
Yeah. Everyone was like, "Is that a comet or did Kojima just say he was doing something?" But yeah, I think that's what it is. So I just wanted to mention that.
Yes.
Because I think I'm the Kojima conspiracy theorist on this podcast.
You are, which I appreciate because someone has to do the hard work.
Yeah, the excruciating hard work.
Yeah. But that kind of leads us into our tasty tidbits for the day. So we have a lot of tasty tidbits.
Yum.
So this should be a full news segment, but it's not because we have a bunch of little things to mention. But PT, speaking of Kojima, PT celebrated 8 years, and we celebrated 8 years of tears because nothing ever happened and it's gone forever.
Oh, so sad. 8 years of sadness. Oh, no.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe it was 8 years ago. Isn't that crazy? Does not feel that much long ago, Wow.
And because I every once in a while will go back and just watch a YouTube playthrough of it because it's only a couple hours. It looks and sounds, everything is still so good. I'm like, how is this 8 years old?
I know, it's insane. I don't get it. Sorry, I was looking up to commemorate this loss. I was looking up PlayStation 4s with PT to see how much they cost now.
Mm-hmm.
Because before they got rid of PT, if it was already downloaded on your PS4, you get to keep it.
Right.
So, as anyone who doesn't know what PT is, it's playable trailer. And yeah, they're going for about $1,000 more.
Man, that's crazy.
That's more than a PS5. Yeah. And it's funny.
I know.
And it's funny
my God.
PlayStation just announced that they were going to stop making their PS4 soon. Stop production on it. So those are going to even go up. I don't know.
Wow.
That's crazy.
It is about that time. We are pumping out new generations of consoles left and right.
It's true. And I feel like the PS5s will be available this Christmas. So,
yeah.
But that is very sad about PT. I wish that it was a game that we could play. Even though I don't know if I could, what the thing is, the other hot take, I don't know if I could actually sit through it. It's so scary. Because the woman's tall, Chris.
I know, you don't like tall women or not women. You just don't like...
I don't like tall women.
You don't like tall people or old women in robes.
I don't like tall or old women. There's a problem there.
Interesting, Mary.
Yeah, I don't like that. But yeah. So let's celebrate with a woohoo for PT. Woo!
Yeehaw! And that's
all we needed.
Moving on. This one, and I really want to do this. So Stray Mod turns the game into a first-person experience.
Oh, that's so fun.
I feel like, because you're a cat, imagine playing Stray in first person. That's That's like the mod that we need. That's like they need to release that like they did with Resident Evil Village, like they're bringing back third person.
Yeah.
as DLC. They need to do that for Stray. Like, oh, like give you the option to like, I don't know, fucking press L3 or something, like, and toggle first person and run around as a cat in first person. I feel like it'd be so fun because that world is so vibrant and exciting and like cool to explore. And like it was fun in third person, obviously, but I feel like playing in first person, pretending I'm a cat, I want to do that.
Yeah, I want to scratch some posts. I want to scratch some couches.
Right, I want to knock some shit off, some paint.
Yeah, I just want to go like stare at it and just keep staring at it. And also,
and then go
or rub yourself on people. I love when you rub yourself on people in little hearts.
And they get little hearts on their screen.
Ooh, they made that sound. They're like, ooh.
Yeah. I know, it's so cute.
That's the sound I make when cats rub on me. Oh.
Oh. And then also getting an achievement if you meow enough.
Yeah, that's right.
It was like I think it was like 100 meows, and there's probably more, but.
And then I would love the first person when you go to nap. That was always my favorite because then you purr.
Yeah.
And you just lay there and it zooms out and it's this little kitty like in this little ball. Oh, that was so great. When I first like discovered that you can nap in that game, like find little cozy spots to nap, I just did that. I sat there for like a couple minutes. I was like, I'm gonna watch this because I'm a cat lover. This is what cat lovers love to do. Love to look at cats.
I know. Same. I mean, duh.
Yeah, but I feel like the first person would be like really nice for the jumping aspect of it, the parkouring that you do as a cat. Like gliding in that little bucket. That'd be fun in first person.
Oh, yeah.
Across the Great Divide.
Yeah, so much of that game, it would just be really fun.
Yeah.
So.
That'd be cool. So, the next little tidbit is, I don't know if you know about the Burnout series. It's like a racing car game for the PS2. Burnout 3 Takedown, specifically. Anyway, so the creators behind Burnout are making a new game called Recreation, but like like WRE,
like wreck.
Wreck.
Like I'm a wreck right now.
I don't agree with that.
Well,
but I love those games because racing games are very boring to me. They just are. Like it gets to a certain point where the cars can look really glossy and great. The music could be good, but it just gets very dull very quickly.
Right.
But the Burnout series, it combines that, which, glossy cars and fast miles per hour. And it combines trashing your car over and over again as much as you can. And doing it in such creative ways, you get points. You're supposed to crash your car. You're supposed to crash into other things.
Fuck yeah.
And Recreation looks really great. It was actually part of the THQ Nordic Digital Showcase. So they showed that there. And that and Alone in the Dark were the two games that I was most excited about. From that showcase. Honestly, though, that showcase, a lot of the games were very, like, old games that were, I guess, like, either PC or just older games. And I had forgotten that they existed. And then half of the games, I didn't know they had a first one, but this is the sequel. So I felt like out of the loop a lot with the THQ Nordic Digital Showcase. But those are the two things I was most excited about. And I think there's an Alien game coming out.
Yeah, I just looked up the list of games that they announced at the showcase, and I'm just kind of scrolling.
Yeah, there's a game.
There's a couple space games.
Yeah, but there's a game that I actually know about, and I always saw trailers for it, and people were really Destroy All Humans. So I know I've heard about that game. I've seen it in magazines. I think the first one.
Oh, not SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake.
There was like those games, like SpongeBob SquarePants games. There must be a crowd out there for them. They've made so many.
They really have, and I had the PlayStation 2 one, which I don't know if there were more than one, but I had one of them, and me and my brother and my cousin would play it so much.
Did you laugh? Did you laugh hysterically because you think it was so funny?
I don't remember, but I just remember all the character models looking like really janky, and like Mrs. Puff looked scary. Those 2002 graphics.
I had a SpongeBob SquarePants game. I feel like all gamers can relate. Everyone's had a SpongeBob.
Everyone has played a game based off of a movie or a TV show.
It's true.
at least once in their childhood.
I had the quintessential, the much needed in your collection, SpongeBob SquarePants Employee of the Month for the PC. That's what I had.
I don't think I ever played that one.
That's what I had. And I really liked it. I'm looking up images right now. Oh my, holy. Ooh, wow. Okay.
Hold on. I have to look up.
This is a lot.
I think there's something about Bikini Bottom. SquarePants PS2.
While you're looking that up, I'm going to give a quick synopsis of SpongeBob SquarePants Employee of the Month. It's a click and point adventure game. That's what it is. So it's less an action platformer. It's more like a click and point. And you go through different scenes and like there's different situations and you have to talk to people and interact with people. And I remember loving this game. Like absolutely loving this game. Beating it multiple times. This is when I was getting things from Scholastic Book Fair at school. And I got this from the Scholastic Book Fair because I didn't buy books. I bought PC games from the Scholastic Book Fair.
Right, of course.
Yeah. I was the nerd in the know. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Are you trying to find the one that you played?
I'm trying to find the exact one. It might have been Battle for Bikini Bottom.
That one's a popular one.
I searched SpongeBob SquarePants PS2 games. There are so many.
There's so many.
I didn't realize how many there are. Yeah. There are so many. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, there's so many.
Help.
So many
Which
games.
makes sense. It's like the best cartoon from the late 90s, early 2000s.
It's very true.
I can quote every episode.
So the company that owns SpongeBob SquarePants, I was just wondering, because they've been around forever. They made so much money, probably. $8 billion. That's how much the franchise is worth. $8 billion.
My God, no wonder they don't stop making episodes even though the original creator is dead.
Yeah, seriously. R.I.P. But this is just a quick Google search. I'm not gonna dive in.
We're not about to dive into the Bikini Bottom revenue stream.
Yeah, Bikini Bottom of the bottom. Yeah, that doesn't surprise me though. $8 billion. I mean, I believe it.
Sure, makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, we learned important things with those tasty tidbits. The THQ Nordic Digital Showcase was meh. There was way too many SpongeBob SquarePants games out there, and we've all played one.
Yeah. I mean, everybody has played one.
Yeah.
I think everyone has played one, whether they remember it or not.
Yeah, they're like blackout drunk playing SpongeBob SquarePants. They wait.
6 years old, blackout drunk, playing SpongeBob SquarePants.
Something's wrong. But yeah.
That was it for our tasty tidbits.
And nutritious. Right? Yum.
Yummy. Should we talk about what we've been playing? Because I feel like, I've been playing a lot of stuff, so.
Yeah, you can start out. I haven't played as much like selection, but I played a lot of certain things. But
a lot of certain things. Yes. Well, so what have I been playing the most of? I'll start with that. This week I've probably been playing Resident Evil 1 the most.
Good choice.
It's a tie between, and this is so funny. This is just so characteristic of like, I feel like this represents who I am as a person. I've been playing a lot of Resident Evil 1 and then a lot of unpacking.
A stress reliever to the chaos that is.
Right, like back to back.
Yeah, that's great.
Because I have PlayStation Plus Premium, and so I get a lot of games for free, and some of them are streamable, but they have the remake of Resident Evil 1 available for download for free if you have Premium. And so I downloaded it because I was like, wow, I haven't played this. I don't think I've played it since PS1. Like, I genuinely don't think I played it since I was, like, watching my brother play it. Because I was too young. But watched him anyway. So I was like, I want to go back and play this. Like, I remember the remaster, the remake, whatever you want to call it, being, like, pretty good. And I totally forgot about the fucking, when you do start game and it's like, Resident Evil.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, oh, hell yeah. Oh, my God. I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Throwback. And just, reminiscing about the lack of inventory space.
Yeah.
But because I was going to ask you this, and it kind of relates to that. Did you ever burn bodies in that game?
Yeah.
So you know what? I think I remember historically doing that because I was like, I have to. It set me up to burn bodies. But then currently as an adult with a big brain, I was like, these zombies are so fucking slow, and I know they're gonna reanimate, but I can just avoid them and also save myself inventory space and a trip to a fucking kerosene tank if I just don't do anything. And like I'll shoot some down if I have to. But
Yeah.
I feel like I've been playing much more like dodging, just being like whatever.
You're doing the oh my gosh, what is it? I'm blanking on the name of in games. Not going head on, but you're sneaking.
Stealth.
Thank you. Why did I forget that? I was just like, my brain was like,
I was like stealth.
My brain was like being stealth. It was going stealth mode and hiding in the very crevice of my brain. It was like, meh. Stealth. You're playing at the stealth version. Just
I am.
Yeah.
But it's been fun because it was nice. I do love Resident Evil so much and haven't played it since my youth.
Mm-hmm.
My youth. So, solve a puzzle here, solve a puzzle there, run around a zombie, be like, "Where's Jill?"
Yeah.
And then that's where I'm at. So I've been playing that, and then I've also been playing Unpacking per your recommendation. And it's interesting. Like, I think I have to be in the right mood for it because it is very relaxing, but it's also tedious. Like, it's tedious.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the idea is like moving into somewhere and then you have so much stuff that you're trying to find a place and it doesn't fit and you get frustrated.
It has to go in the right place.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a bit. I wish you could like put things wherever you wanted. Like you didn't have to have it in a certain room. You could just do it wherever.
But I get it because it's like it is part of the narrative. Because what I do like about it is the subtle, like, it's not just like you're playing Sims build mode and you're just putting items in a room. You're like, there is a low key narrative to it, and so I think that's really nice. And the storytelling through the items themselves is really cool. Like, I think I texted you and I was like, "Oh my god, did you notice that like the cup you put in the bathroom that you put a toothbrush in gets like cracked after a certain while, but like you're still holding on to it, like all that little stuff." And like, when you move into like apartments where like you're living with someone else, like, and there's already stuff there, like where you're able to put your own stuff and like all that, like I like that it builds a sort of subtle narrative and you come to create this character in your mind, like who doesn't have a form, like it's you're this nebulous persona, so it's like I think it's cool the way that it allows you to also build in your mind a representation of who this person is and what you think that they look like or what they act like or whatever. So those have been the games that I've been playing the most, but I've been really taking advantage of my PlayStation Plus premium membership. And so I've been like downloading random games that like I used to play as a kid. Like I downloaded Jak and Daxter 2, which was my favorite. My brother and I used to play that a lot as a kid. And it's just so fun running around, stealing people's hover cars and just like running over the police.
Love that.
As they deserve. So yeah, and I'm just like, oh man, and like again, like never have been great at platformers, but I like it because there's enough like platforming levels, but also just like running around doing random shit that isn't platforming. So yeah. That's mostly, those are the ones I've been playing the most. And like I'm playing, the original God of War, and kind of I've been dipping my toes, and spending most of my time in Resident Evil and Unpacking, but kind of dipping across various games that I played in my youth.
That sounds good. That sounds like a good selection. I did want to ask you something about Unpacking, though. Your opinion on something. Have you beaten it? Okay. How far?
I'm only in like 2014.
But like, what apartment are you at?
I'm like right after you move back in with your parents.
Okay, then
like I just left there and have like my own apartment again.
Okay, then I could say
like
something.
The brick.
There's something else I want to ask you when you're done with it, but I'll ask this one question. Spoiler alert. Spoilers. So when you move into that apartment, like that big city apartment, you could tell that you were moving in with somebody, like presumably a man, because there was like male, like men clothing everywhere, and I noticed like right when I was like moving the stuff in, I could tell that this relationship was not going to work.
Okay, same.
Yeah, because like they didn't leave room for you. You can't move any of their stuff, and if this person was a male or female, it doesn't really matter. But like they didn't move any of their things, any of their clothing, any of their suits, any of their shoes or anything, and you have to wedge yourself in, and all of your things clash. so
Yeah.
much with their things.
Mhm.
The colors, the color schemes, the
Yep.
objects, the fact that like they're, again, I don't know the gender. They're a gamer, and this other person
Right.
doesn't seem to be so much of a gamer. Like they seem to be,
Mhm.
the main character seems to be kind of like a quote unquote nerd. They don't seem
Yep.
to be in that realm, and like I could tell, I was like, this is not
Mhm.
gonna last. And yeah, it didn't last. Did not last.
Wow. Yeah, no, okay, yeah. That was that was like the apartment that really I was like, ooh, like the narrative of this game is so good because it's so subtle.
Mhm.
Where it was like, yeah, because most of the other apartments you can move stuff and like put your stuff wherever, but like you can't move any of like this person's stuff, like Mary said. And then yeah, like just like the clashing of styles, like you can tell like this person, because it's like a modern like city apartment, like you look out the windows, there's like a bridge and like traffic, so you know you've moved in with someone who's probably kind of like uppity, and like this person seems more of like the, like Mary said, like the geeky, like low key kind of like down to earth kind of person. And so yeah, it's just all those like subtle things. And I remember also like you had, the only place you could put your degree was under the bed.
Yeah, couldn't even
Like
like
there was no wall space for
couldn't
it.
hang it up. Couldn't show it
I
off.
I did try putting it in the bathroom.
That's what I tried. That's the first place I tried.
Because yeah, that was the only place.
And then I was like, this
Yeah.
literally is representative. It was like, your stuff belongs in the shitter. Like that's how it felt.
Right.
I was like, okay.
And then it's like, oh no. And then I was like, where the fuck do I put it? And then I was like, under the bed, because there's no wall space anywhere
Can you
else.
imagine the partner whose apartment it is, just like standing there and being like, yeah, you put that under the bed.
Yeah,
They're
put
like,
that fucking thing
yeah.
under the bed.
That looks good there.
That's where it
Your hopes
belongs,
and dreams,
on the ground,
under the bed.
in the dust under the bed.
But yeah, no, I just wanted your opinion on that, and something else when you're done with it, because there's something that's been bothering me since I've been done playing it.
How many more apartments are there? Like, how long does it go on
So
for?
you moved out, back in the parents, and then you moved out to your own apartment.
Yes,
so
and that's where I haven't put anything in that
So
apartment
there's
yet.
2 more
Oh,
after this one. You're almost done. So it's, well, I'm not gonna spoil anything, but there's 2 more. And I want your,
maybe I'll finish it tonight and I'll text you.
yeah, because there's an opinion I want on something that's been bothering me ever since I stopped playing it. Great game. But I've been playing through NES sports games, actually.
Wow, I love this. I was not expecting you to say that.
So yeah, been playing a lot of NES sports. Those games are so hard to play. NES games in general, just because it's so
in
complicated.
general.
But especially NES like sports games, because the flashing, because they had to have some kind of texture, you know, to like indicate something on the screen. So everything's like flashing and like the player, like I was playing Tecmo Bowl, for example, and they flashed to where character where you're supposed to pass the ball, and like, but everyone was flashing, so I was like, how am I supposed to know what I'm doing? I was so lost.
You're panicking.
Yeah, I was panicking. I played Duck Hunt. I played like golf. All the OGs. Really made me appreciate sports games.
Oh yeah, made me appreciate sports.
Yeah, really a lot. But
I feel like real sports are just as hard as these NES sports games.
I literally broke a sweat. Like I was breaking sweat because I had no idea I was panicking, like you said. But I just want to play through, you know, old games and the games in the collection, and just go through them with consoles, because all the consoles are hooked up, so like all the games are there, and just like playing through them and gaining like an appreciation of older games. That's what I've been doing recently. But I've been doing similar to what you've been doing. I have the PlayStation Plus. No, Extra? It's called Extra. PlayStation Extra subscription. And I've been downloading random games, like you were saying, just giving them a run. And because I'd always wanted to play Gravity Rush, because I'd heard about it.
Oh yeah, I never played Gravity Rush.
Yeah, because I liked the style. It's an RPG, but they didn't have on Extra. They don't have the first one. They only have the second one. So I played the second one, and no. I'm so glad I did not like it at all. I'm so glad that things like this exist, because I would have bought that game a couple years ago and like tried it out.
And spent your moolah.
But now I can just download it and be like, oh no, delete.
Whoa, bye.
So yeah, I played that. Didn't like that. I really like this game. It's called Moving Out.
Oh my god.
I
haven't played it, but I've seen it.
Yeah, like I want to play with somebody. Like by myself, it's not as fun, but I could see it being chaotic and fun with someone else. But I downloaded Guardians of the Galaxy. I've been playing through that.
Oh my God. Okay, what do you think of it? Because I want to play it again. And I haven't had the chance because I loved it the first time.
It's really good.
And we talked about it a little bit. Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
I'm loving it.
What part are you at? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
After the initial, like, tutorial and that planet they go to after
like
that.
Pink and purple.
Yeah, pink and purple goop.
Yeah. The goop.
The goop.
And you're immediately thrown into a in-game minigame.
Yes, yeah, exactly. No, I've been liking it a lot. It's just so beautiful. And the animation is great. The voice actors are amazing.
Yep.
It's very funny. And
it is.
Yeah, I've been liking it a lot. So I'm glad I downloaded that. I played Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh.
Because I've always wanted to try that out, and that's a beautiful game. Not for me. It's not for me.
That's how I felt. Like, it's very beautiful, but I think I only played like maybe like an hour or two of it.
Yeah, same. It's just like it's not that great. Not that good.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry, I shouldn't say it. It's a good game. It's just
right.
It's not. It doesn't like invest my time. Like I don't want to like invest my time or that motivation to invest time because it seems like it's going to take a lot of time. And I know a lot of people that like this game. And I'm not saying anything against it.
Yeah.
I think Sony did a great job. But not for me.
Not for me. That's fine.
And
it's okay.
It's okay. It's okay, little boy.
It's okay, Sony, if you don't like it.
Xbox is winning, Sony. What are you gonna do? But that's been really cool. Like being did I talk last week? One last game I've been playing. Did I talk last week about Phoenix Wright?
I don't remember.
Ace Attorney. So Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney is a DS game.
Yes.
And I've played the first one on DS. It's from like 2002. So like it's old. That game is so good. Like I love Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Like those games are amazing and I've been obsessed with them.
You did bring it up.
Probably. I've just been obsessed with it.
You're on probably.
I mean, it's so good. Like I want to go out and buy all of them now.
How many are there?
There's a lot. Across different platforms. So there's like
it's a real SpongeBob situation.
It is a real SpongeBob situation. But this time I'm like, it's really good. And it feeds that part of me that wants to be a lawyer so badly. It just feeds it. Like a prosecutor, specifically. Yeah. Because you play as a defending lawyer, but I want to be a prosecutor.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I've been playing.
Oh my God. I also have one more game that because I just started playing it last night. I played it for like 4 hours. This is why. I started playing Heavy Rain for the first time.
Oh, for the first time?
Oh yeah, I never played it when it came out.
Yeah, I played. Yeah, that game takes me back. I played it. Yeah.
It's so it's so like some parts of it are so bad. Like the voice acting is so bad.
So bad.
But the game is so captivating in such a weird way. And like I don't know. I also just like immediate like first like 10 minutes just like shower butt.
Oh yeah.
Like you wake up as the main character and you're just walking around in your underwear and you take a shower and it's just like shower butt and then later it's like shower titties.
Yep.
With what's her face and I was like,
yeah.
And then I was like, well, fucking French people made it, of course.
Yeah.
But
David Cage.
But I really like it.
Oh yeah.
I mean, again, like it. Like I like it, but I'm like there are some parts of it that I'm like, okay.
No.
This is funny.
Oh yeah, the voice acting is horrendous.
The voice acting is so bad.
So bad. It is kind of in that realm of so bad it's good. Like when he's screaming his son's name in the beginning.
Oh my God! In the mall, he's running around. Jason!
And like,
because it's a button command too, so I was like, Jason!
Have you seen that? You should YouTube the end of after you're done if you want to finish it.
Yeah.
The end of Heavy Rain. Someone found a glitch where they yell. There's like the button command. Mm-hmm. And they keep pressing it throughout the whole scene, even that part's done. So like, there's a cutscene, and you just hear the character going like, I forget what he says, but it's so funny. He's like, no. It's so good. Oh God. But yeah, it
is great.
Definitely.
And the fucking detective guy with his like glasses and the glove. I was like, ooh.
Yeah. Oh, he's a steamy one.
He's pretty hot.
But yeah, David Cage. I have a love-hate relationship with David Cage. I've been playing since Indigo Prophecy, or Fahrenheit as it's called in other regions. But I loved Fahrenheit and Indigo Prophecy. That pulled me in right away because it was so weird. It was so different.
Yep.
It was so different than any other game I've ever played. So, I of course had to play Heavy Rain. Of course had to play Beyond. My gosh. Beyond Human. Detroit, Beyond Human.
Yep. Yes.
And I'll buy the next game he makes. You better get some better voice actors, though. Jeez.
Dude, seriously, it's like all of those games, the voice acting is really bad, and I'm just like, have you learned nothing?
Yeah, it takes away from the drama that you're trying to do.
Right, because that's the other thing. Like, I feel like part of the other thing that I think is so funny about it, and I thought this about Detroit, and like, just it's written so that there's so much drama in certain parts, but like the execution, it comes off funny.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And like in Heavy Rain too, they keep using this same piano swell,
yeah.
like for everything.
Yeah.
And so I'm so tired of it, but it's just so funny. But the game is so captivating, and I'm like, what is going on? I feel like I'm having a dream every time I play this game.
Oh, it gets like more and more intense. Like the story just
I can't fucking wait.
The story just like expands, and you're like, what the heck? Like that's why I think it's Quantic Dream. Is that?
Yeah, Quantic Dream.
Yeah, I love Quantic Dream games because it gives me a fever dream. It just takes me on a fever dream.
Well, yeah, and it's like it's like a crescendo. It's like you're like, okay, oh my god, okay, whoa, okay. Jason! John! But that's it. I'm gonna play it tonight too.
Oh, I'm excited you're playing Heavy Rain. That's good. That's a throwback.
I was like, yeah, I'll finish unpacking, and I'm like, no, I'm gonna play Heavy Rain.
So different. That's unpacking emotions.
Again, just these juxtapositions.
It's true.
Wow.
But yeah,
I think that's it.
That's it. That's all she wrote. That's all we wrote. That's all we're gonna talk about today. Sorry, guys, we're cutting you off.
Sorry, everyone. Yeah, it's time to go home. The bar is closing.
Yeah, the bar's in my house.
Last call.
I gotta get to the barkeep.
Yeah, I'm the bartender.
Mm-hmm.
Bartender. Well, anyway, and do you have any closing remarks before I sign us off?
I just want to thank everybody for watching, listening. You can catch us every week, and I think this whole experiment of going remotely as opposed to being in person has changed a lot of things for us, and we're trying to still figure out things. And specifically, we're trying to figure out streaming and playing games remotely with each other, and like being able to do that on Twitch, being able to upload like clips of that. So that's something we're going to work on in the future and try to hone a little bit more, but look forward to that. It's going to be fun. That's all I got to say.
Ooh. Yes, I also thank you everyone who listens and who watches. I definitely appreciate it. We have a lot of fun doing this, and like Mary said, we do want to kind of figure out some more of the technical side of stuff. We have a good setup for recording it and not streaming it live, but I think we would like to stream it live again because that was always fun. We do want to get back to playing some games, some streaming. I think we're going to try to plan some days together where we can stream from Mary's game room and play some oldie but goodies.
Retro-ys.
Oh my.
I do declare.
But until that day comes, you can check us out. Mary usually posts these every Tuesday on YouTube and everywhere that podcasts are available. That was terrible. I'm so sorry for that.
Love it, doll. You're doing great.
Oh no, we gotta go.
Wonderful.
Anyway, thank you for listening. Bye.